In this video, I'm going to show you how to divide fractions. Now, when you divide fractions, there's a little handy mnemonic device you can use to remember what to do. The saying, copy dot flip, will help you out when you divide fractions. But what does that mean? It means you're going to copy down the first fraction, which in this example, we have 4/7 divided by 2/3. So the copy means copy down the first fraction. Then we're going to put a dot, meaning multiplication, and the flip means we're going to flip over or take the reciprocal of the second fraction. So it becomes 3/2. So let's look again at what we did. Copy dot flip. We're going to copy the first fraction. Instead of a division sign, we're now going to put a dot, which means multiply, and we're going to flip the second fraction, or take the reciprocal of it. Now we can do like we ordinarily do when multiplying fractions. We can cancel, if possible, which in this case we can. We can take a 2 out of both of those terms, and 2 times 3 is 6, and 7 times 1 is 7. So in that example, our final answer is 6/7. The next example is the same. We're going to do copy dot flip. So we're going to copy our first fraction, 3/10. We're going to put a dot for multiplication, and we're going to flip the second fraction. Just take as reciprocal. So is there anything there that we can cancel out? Well, the 3 and the 6, you can take a 3 out of both of those. And the 5 and the 10, you can take a 5 out of both of those. So in this case, we have a 1 times 1, which is left over in the numerator, and a 2 times 2, which is left over in the denominator. So in this example, our final answer is 1/4. In the next example, I'm going to divide a mixed number by a whole number. So similar to our multiplication, we're going to take this mixed number and change them into an improper fraction first. So 3 3/4 becomes 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So 15/4 divided by 5. Well, following our protocol from copy dot flip, our 15/4 will get copied. We'll put a dot for multiplication, and this 5 will get flipped, or take the reciprocal of it. The reciprocal of a whole number is going to be 1 over that whole number. So now we can multiply. First we can take a 5 out of this 15 and 5. And the 15 becomes a 3, the 5 becomes a 1, and we just multiply across. 3 times 1 becomes 3, 4 times 1 becomes 4, and our answer is 3/4. For our final example, I'm going to take an integer and divide him by a mixed number. Our integer -8 can also be written as -8/1. That's the copy part. Now I'm going to put the dot for the multiplication. And in order to flip this, I first kind of need to know what this is as an improper fraction. So 2 2/3 is going to become 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, over 3, and that's what it is as an improper fraction. So then I'm going to flip it over, and it becomes 3/8. Well, in this case, my 8's are going to cancel and just become 1's. So I have -1 times 3 is -3, and 1 times 1 is 1. And since the denominator is 1, we can just leave them out, and our final answer is -3.